Hello everybody. In this video, we'll be sharing with you our recent experience of UK visa application, starting from how to fill the form online, how to book the VFS application, and what are exactly the documents that needed to be submitted. And we will also be showing you exactly the scanned documents which we have produced, starting from the trip itinerary, the cover letter, the NOC letter, etc. And if you follow this, it will definitely ensure that your visa will not get rejected. We will also be talking about some of the common queries that everyone have before application of the visa. When to apply the visa, how many months before the travel date. If I have any relative or friend staying in UK and I'm going to stay with them, what is the accommodation proof that we have to give? If I'm taking my wife or any other dependent family members, how to apply the visa for them? How much minimum bank balance should I have before application of the visa? Do I need to produce the ITR filing and the payslip before the application of the visa? Do I need to also book the return tickets? If you have such similar queries, please stay tuned till the last of the video. We'll be sharing with you all the answers of these questions in detail. Coming to the most important question, when to apply for the visa. In our case, we have planned our trip from 22nd of March to 28th of March. We submitted the visa application online of 2nd of December and we got the visa appointment on 20th of December. Though me and my husband did the application process together and also got the appointment together, I received my visa earlier on 10th of January and my husband got it on 13th of January. So if you are planning for a trip, you should at least keep a minimum timeline of 4 weeks just to be on the safe side. And also this tourist visa is applicable for 6 months, so you can plan your trip accordingly. Okay, first let me tell you about my case. So my hometown is in Kolkata, but both me and my husband stays in Pune for our job. So we did the whole application process from Pune and we also chose the Pune VFS for the appointment. But we got our visa delivered in our hometown in Kolkata. Now we will see the application procedure of the visa in the website. So first you have to go to this website of the government.uk. So I will give this address in the description box also. You can click it directly from there. So in this website you have to go to this apply now option and first you have to select your language according to your convenience. So here I have selected English and then I will go to the next option. And then you have to select a country to provide your biometric. You can choose any country. Here I am choosing India. And then in the next step, you have to check the available visa application center from the VFS global website. So if you have already identified the location where you want to provide your biometric, you click this option. Apply for the UK visit visa. So you can go through all of this. I will show you exactly where to go. And then you have to go down and you can start your application from start now. And then you have to register an email ID. So here I have already registered my email ID before. So I will just click from here and you have to create a new password and also repeat your password because this email ID will be helpful in the upcoming procedure while you are booking your VFS website appointment also. And then you can just contact your email, so they will ask that who does this email belong to, if it's you or someone else. And then you can also select the additional email ID if you have one, and then you can give your telephone number. So you provide your telephone number. They will ask that if this telephone number is usable outside UK or inside UK. In my case it was usable in both the cases. And you have to also select if it's a mobile telephone number or home telephone number. And if you have any other telephone numbers, you can give that also. And like contacting you by telephone, so if this telephone number can be contacted by telephone call, text messages, or only telephone call, so here I have selected both. And then you go to the first thing, your name. So you please be careful because you provide the name according to that, like whatever is given in your passport. and like if you have any other names before, you have to give the information, and you have to select your gender here, and then you have to give your what is your relationship status. So I've selected here married or civil partner. Save it. Your address, so it's your home address, whatever is given in your passport. So be careful about that. You provide your address, your hometown, the state, the postal code, and the country. And they will ask if this address is also a correspondence address, means if you can be contacted in this address or not. So yes, you can be contacted, yes, and just go to save and now. And about this property, so they will ask that if you own this property or if you rent it. So here I've written that I have been living in this property for the last 20 years and I own this property. And you just click on save and continue, and you have to give your passport details now, the passport number, issuing authority, issue date, and expiry date. Every information you will find in the first page of your passport. Okay, you give the issuing authority here, so it's a place, basically the issuing authority. So now you put the date, the expiry date, and you click on save and continue after filling this. So now they will ask you about your identity card. So it's basically the national identity card number. In India, we have our Aadhaar card number. So you have to give the national identity card number and the issuing authority, that is the country of issue or the place of issue. And if your national identity card has a issue date and the expiry date, you have to give that also. In case of Aadhaar card, we do not have that, so you can skip it. It is applicable only for those who have it. You put here the the expiry date if you have one, and you click on save. And then you have to give your country details, that is the place and the date of birth. So you give the country of birth, the place of birth, and the date of birth according to whatever is there in your passport. And then you save and continue, and then you have to give if you had any other nationalities. Here I've selected no. Then you have to give your employment status, employed, self-employed, and others. Here I've given employed. So if you're employed, you have to provide your employer details, that is the employer's name, the employer's address, and the contact details also. The postal code, the country, and you have to give your employer's telephone number and the date from where you started working for the employer. You have to give the exact month and year, and you have to save and continue. And this is about your job, so you have to give your job title and how much do you earn each month after tax. In INR or GBP, you get the option to choose, and then you have to describe your job in one line. For example, I've written here a demo line like I am working in the product development department and in an MNC. So this one liner is enough, actually, means you don't have to give big explanation. And then you go on savings, your income and savings. So if you have any other income or only savings, and then you have to mention that how much money do you have in savings in GBP. So you can just convert your INR savings to GBP and give an approximate value of that. And that save and continue. And then you have to give your the approximate cost about your visit. So you have to calculate the approximate amount you are going to spend in your visit, and then you click on continue. About your financial situation, what is the total amount of money you spend each month. So you have to give that how much money you spend each month. Be careful because here you have to give your bank account details. So there means it should match overall, means approximately it should match the amount whatever you're giving here. And click on save and continue. Will anyone be paying towards the cost of the visit? So if anyone is sponsoring in this case, so you have to click yes, and you have to give the details about the sponsor here. So here I'm selecting that no, means I'll be paying for my trip, so like I've selected no, and save and continue. The date you plan to arrive in UK, the date you plan to leave the UK, means you have to give the approximate dates. It can vary for a week or so, but approximately you should be sure about the date you are giving here. You click on save and continue. And then the spoken language preference, so this is because if the visa center is going to contact you, so means if you want to be contacted in English or any other languages. And then they will ask you that what is the main reason for your visit. So it is basically tourism. If you have some other reasons, you can also mention here. And you go to savings. Then the main reason for your holiday visit, so maybe you're just visiting family, visiting friends, or tourist. So here I've selected tourist. Your activities, so here basically you write that what is the main intention of your visit. So you can just write a very short line, like I will give you a demo what I have written in my application. The main purpose of visit is like tourism, planning to visit London city. And then I'm clicking save and continue. It's not that important that you have to write the whole the trip itinerary. And you have to give your current partner details. As I've selected that I am married, so I have to give their like the name, I have to give the family name, the date of birth, and the nationality. And you have to give their passport details also. Okay, so now you have to select your partner's details, as because I have already selected that I am married and I am going with my partner. So you have to give the entire details, the name, the family name, the date of birth, and the country of nationality for my partner, and confirm if they will travel with you to the UK, yes or no. And if you select yes, you have to give their passport number also. And you click on save and continue. And then you have to give the details, people financially dependent on you. So if you have like children, wife, or any other family members who are dependent on you for financial support, you can click on yes, or otherwise just click on no and continue. And then you have to give details about your first parent. So basically you have to give the details about your two parents, their name, their date of birth, and their nationality. So you have to give details of both mother and father. So first here I've given details of my mother, the date of birth, the country of nationality, and if they had the same nationality from before. So I've selected here yes and saving, and then the other parent. So I have selected here the details of my father. Date of birth, the nationality, and the same question that had they always had the same nationality. So I have selected here yes, save and continue. And then you have to give the details of your family who live in UK. So if you have a family living in UK, you have to give the details. If no, then click on no and save and continue. And then like if you're traveling as a part of an organized group, you have to select yes, otherwise no. So traveling with another person, so if you're traveling with any of your friend or partner or spouse, then you have to select yes, otherwise no. Save and continue. Accommodation in the UK, so do you already have an address where you are going to stay in the UK? You have to click yes or no. Please note that the hotel booking is not compulsory when you are applying for the visa. So maybe you have planned to stay in one of the hotels and you know the address, so you can click on yes. So here, as you can see, there's asking that where are you planning to stay. If you're staying with your friends, other relatives, or in other person's home, give their address. You have to give their address and when you will arrive and when you will leave their house. And if you haven't selected it, you can also click on no. So like here I will show you, I've selected no, save and continue. So they're asking me that where do you plan to stay, what is the probable address you want to stay. So I have given the name of the hotel where I'm planning to stay, but I do not need to give any proof of booking. And UK travel history, so have you ever traveled to UK in the past 10 years? Click on yes or no, and then they will ask that in the past 10 years have you traveled to any of these places like Australia, Canada, New Zealand, USA, Switzerland, or European Economic Area. So in the last 10 years actually I have traveled once, so I have selected once. And the country where I have gone is I will select European Economic Area. Which country did you visit? So I basically visited Switzerland and it was for my work purpose, so I have selected work. And the date of visit I have selected, it was in the 5th of month in 2022. So how long was your visit? So my visit was for 3 months. And the world travel history, so if you have any other countries that you have visited, so you can select on yes and give the details, or just write no. For either UK or any other countries, have you ever been refused a visa or for any reason? Then click on yes, or otherwise no. Breach of UK immigration law, if you ever have breached the law, then click on yes or no. Click on no, save and continue. Conviction or other penalties, if you have any crime records in UK or any other country, click on that exact crime record, or just no. And then the war crime, if you're involved in any war crime, select no if you are not, and you just click on I have read all the information. If you're engaged in any of the terrorist activities, if not, then click on no in all the questions and just click on that I have read all the information, save and continue. Extremist organizations and views, so if you are engaged in that, please click yes, otherwise no. Save and continue. Person of a good character, so if you don't have any such records, click on no and you can just save and continue. Your employment history, so if you have before worked with any of these organizations like armed force, government, intelligence service, security organization, media, judiciary, then click on that, or otherwise I have not worked in any of the jobs listed. Additional information about your application, so if you want to give any further details, you can give it, or otherwise just leave, and then you can check your answers from here. And if you want to change any particular answer, you can just go on the change option, and then you have to go to continue. And here you will be shown what are the mandatory documents, the passport, the evidence of funds, and the other things which is required. It will be written here, and then you go to savings. So now it will confirm what is the visitor condition, that you can't work in UK with this visitor visa, and the other things you can read. Click on yes and declare that I have read all the things, and you confirm that I am the applicant, aged 18 or over, or if you are below, just under 18. I am submitting the form on behalf of someone, then you can click on that option and click on I submit it, and then you go to check your option and your declaration, saving, and then you reach the last step of your application, that is choose the length of your visit visa. You can choose 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Generally the minimum tenure is 6 months, and the length of your visa is directly proportional to the amount that you have to pay for the visa fees. So I've selected here 6 months. You're going to save choose a service. So I have chosen the standard service, where you have to pay 10,639 INR in total. So you have to say you have to pay this money online. So this is the total amount that you have to pay for this application. So now that you had already paid for the application, you will be given a reference number in your mail ID. You will receive a mail about your reference number. So you have to go to this VFS Global website. I will give the link in the description box and you can click from there. So you have to give that reference number and the email ID which is registered while you have means applied for that visa in the website. So you just give the details and you click on sign in, and there you will be given a list of the VFS Global like centers where you can go and give your biometrics and submit the documents. So you can select your preferable location and also the preferable date. So you'll be given a list of dates where the slots are vacant, so you can choose it from there, and it's done. So in the next section we will show you that what are the documents that needed to be submitted. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have any queries regarding this visa application process, you can comment down below. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. See you in next video.